The knapsack problem is a classic optimization problem in computer science and mathematics. Imagine you are given a set of items, each with its own weight and value. The goal is to determine which items to include in a collection like a knapsack, so that the total weight is less than or equal to a given limit, and the total value is maximized. In simpler terms, you want to pick the most valuable items you can carry without exceeding the weight limit. Let's formally define the knapsack problem. We have n items where each item I has a weight W subscript I and a value V subscript I. We also have a knapsack with a maximum weight capacity W. The objective is to maximize the sum of values V subscript I multiplied by X subscript I from I equals 1 to n. Here, X subscript I is a binary variable, which means it can be either 0 or 1. It indicates whether item I is included in the knapsack, represented by 1, or not included, represented by 0. This maximization is subject to the constraint that the sum of the weights, W subscript I, multiplied by X subscript I, from I equals 1 to n, must be less than or equal to the knapsack's capacity, W. To understand it better, let's consider a simple example. Suppose we have 4 items, A, B, C, and D. Item A has a weight of 1 kilogram and a value of $6. Item B weighs 2 kilograms and has a value of $10. Item C weighs 3 kilograms and has a value of $12. Item D weighs 5 kilograms and has a value of $18. If our knapsack has a capacity of 6 kilograms, our goal is to maximize the total value of the items we put in the knapsack without exceeding its 6 kilogram capacity. There are several variations of the knapsack problem, but let's focus on 2 primary types. First, the 0/1 knapsack problem. In this type, items cannot be broken down. You must either take the entire item, indicated by 1, or leave it behind, indicated by 0. This means each item can be chosen only once, and items are indivisible. Finding the optimal solution for the 0/1 knapsack problem is known to be an NP-hard problem, meaning there is no known algorithm that can solve it in polynomial time. Now, let's talk about the other variations of the knapsack problem. In the fractional knapsack problem, items can be broken into smaller units, allowing you to take a portion of an item. In the unbounded knapsack problem, you have an unlimited supply of each item. The multiple knapsack problem involves multiple containers, each with different capacities. The multi-dimensional knapsack problem includes multiple constraints, such as weight and volume. Lastly, the multi-objective knapsack problem involves optimizing multiple objectives simultaneously. The 0/1 knapsack problem can be efficiently solved using a dynamic programming approach. Dynamic programming involves breaking down the problem into smaller, more manageable subproblems, storing the solutions to these subproblems to avoid redundant calculations, and building the final solution from the bottom up using a 2-dimensional array. We define dp of I, j as the maximum value that can be obtained using the first I items and a weight limit of j. The time complexity of this approach is big O of n times W, where n is the number of items and W is the knapsack capacity. The space complexity is also big O of n times W, due to the 2-dimensional array used to store the solutions. Here's a Python implementation of the dynamic programming approach. We define a function called knapsack_01 that takes weights, values, and capacity as inputs. We create a dp table, initialized with zeros, with dimensions n plus 1 by capacity plus 1. We fill the dp table using a nested loop. If the weight of the current item is less than or equal to the current capacity, we take the maximum of either including the item, which is the value of the item plus the value from the previous row and the remaining capacity, or not including the item, which is the value from the previous row and the same capacity. If the weight of the current item is greater than the current capacity, we simply take the value from the previous row and the same capacity. Finally, we return the value in the bottom right cell of the dp table, which represents the maximum value that can be obtained with all items and the given capacity. Let's visualize how the dynamic programming table is constructed. Consider the example where we have 3 items, A, B, and C with their corresponding weights and values. Item A has a weight of 1 and a value of 6. Item B has a weight of 2 and a value of 10. And item C has a weight of 3 and a value of 12. Suppose our knapsack has a capacity of 5. The DP table DP of I, J represents the maximum value that can be obtained with the first I items and a capacity of J. The rows represent the items, and the columns represent the capacity from 0 to 5. The first row and first column are initialized to 0. For item A, if we have a capacity of 1, we can include it so the value is 6. For item B, if we have a capacity of 2, we can include it so the value is 10. However, if we have a capacity of 3, we can either include item A or item B. Including item B gives us a higher value, so we choose that. The optimal solution is in the bottom right cell, which is 22. This means the maximum value we can obtain with these 3 items and a knapsack capacity of 5 is 22. After building the DP table, we need to find out which items were actually included in the optimal solution. We can do this using a technique called Traceback. Start from the bottom right cell of the DP table. This cell represents the maximum value that can be obtained with all items and the given capacity. Compare this cell with the cell directly above it. If the values are the same, it means the last item was not included, so move to the cell directly above. If the values are different, it means the last item was included. In this case, add the item to the list of selected items and reduce the remaining capacity by the weight of the included item. Then move to the cell that corresponds to the previous row and the reduced capacity, and repeat the process. Keep doing this until you reach the first row. Here is an implementation of this traceback approach. We define a function called getSelectedItems that takes weights, values, capacity, and the DP table as input. We initialize an empty list called selected. We start from the bottom right cell of the DP table and iterate from the last item to the first. If the current cell's value is not equal to the cell above it, we add the current item to the selected list and reduce the capacity by the weight of the current item. Finally, we return the selected list in reverse order to get the correct order of items. The dynamic programming approach for the 0/1 knapsack problem requires big O of n times W space. However, we can optimize the space complexity to big O of W by using only one row of the DP table. The key insight here is that when processing item I, we only need the results from the previous row, which is I-1. By iterating from right to left in the weight dimension, we ensure that we are using values from the previous row before overwriting them. This optimization reduces the space complexity to big O of W, while keeping the time complexity at big O of n times W. Here's a Python implementation of the space-optimized approach. The function knapsack_01_optimize takes weights, values, and capacity as input. We create a one-dimensional DP array of size capacity plus 1, initialized with zeros. We then fill the DP array by iterating through each item and processing each weight from right to left. If the weight of the current item is less than or equal to the current weight, we update the current value with the maximum of its current value and the value of including the item. Finally, we return the value at the capacity index of the DP array. Unlike the 0/1 knapsack problem, the fractional knapsack problem allows us to take fractions of items. This means items can be broken down into smaller units, and a greedy approach can be used to solve the problem. We don't need dynamic programming here. The key idea is to sort the items by their value to weight ratio and take the items with the highest ratio first. Here's the function fractional_knapsack, which takes weights, values, and capacity as inputs. First, we calculate the value to weight ratios for each item. Then we sort the items by the ratio in descending order. We initialize the total value to 0, and the remaining capacity to the original capacity. For each item, if the remaining capacity is greater than or equal to the item's weight, we take the whole item and add its value to the total value. Otherwise, we take a fraction of the item and add its fractional value to the total value, and then break the loop because the knapsack is full. Finally, we return the total value. In the unbounded knapsack problem, we can include any item multiple times, meaning we have an unlimited supply of each item. The key difference between the unbounded and the 0/1 knapsack problem is that in the 0/1 knapsack problem, each item can be chosen at most once, while in the unbounded knapsack problem, each item can be chosen multiple times. This difference is reflected in the dynamic programming formula. For the 0/1 knapsack, dp of I, j is equal to the maximum of dp of I minus 1, j, and values of I minus 1 plus dp of I minus 1, j minus weights of I minus 1. For the unbounded knapsack, dp of I, j is equal to the maximum of dp of I minus 1, j, and values of I minus 1 plus dp of I, j minus weights of I minus 1. The function unbounded underscore knapsack takes weights, values, and capacity as inputs. We create a one-dimensional dp array initialized with zeros. We fill the dp array by iterating through each weight from 1 to capacity and each item from 0 to n. If the weight of the current item is less than or equal to the current weight, we update the dp array with the maximum value we can obtain. Finally, we return the value at the capacity index of the dp array. The knapsack problem has numerous real-world applications. In finance, it's used for investment portfolio optimization. Investors need to select assets with different returns and risks within a limited budget. In logistics, it helps with cargo loading optimization to maximize the value of goods transported, while respecting the weight constraints of vehicles. In gaming, it's applied to character inventory management in role-playing games, where players must choose which items to carry within a limited carrying capacity. It is also used for production planning to determine the optimal mix of products to manufacture, given limited resources and time. In cloud computing environments, it helps to optimize computing power, memory, and storage utilization. Finally, in healthcare, it can assist with hospital resource allocation and medical treatment selection to maximize patient outcomes with limited medical resources. In conclusion, the knapsack problem is simple to understand, challenging to solve, and incredibly useful across various domains. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.